Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are making this Valentine's Day French tip set. We are going to be using a medium coffin shaped nail, and we are going to create this set. So let's jump right into the design. So the things that we'll need for this set will be our false tip press-ons, which will be the medium coffin shape. We will need our gel polish, which we'll be using today. We have a clear top coat for our finished look. We have our Sunset Suede DND gel polish, which is a nude color we'll use for our base. We have our Striking Red DND gel polish, which we'll use for our heart design. And then we have our peach Saviland gel polish, which we will use for our French tip. And then our tools that we'll be using, we have our dotting tool, which we will be using to assist us with creating our heart design. And then we have our 9mm brush to help make our heart design as well. So let's jump into our designing. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create our base. So I am going to use about 2 to 3 coats of this nude gel polish. And as you guys can see, the reason why I'm using 2 or 3 coats because this gel polish is very translucent. So I know that you guys have seen a lot of my other videos, and I always speak on translucent and solid. So this is a gel polish that does need more than 2 coats. So we're going to probably do, I know I said 2 or 3, I might do 4 because I want this nail to be as solid as possible, but also give that nude effect on the base before we apply our French tips to them. So what we're doing now, we're just adding that first base coat, and we're just getting it all over the nail, and we're going to cure this for 45 seconds or probably 30 seconds, and then we're going to go in with the remainder coats, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like.
Okay, so I did 4 coats of Sunset Suede just to get right to the result of it. We used 4 coats of this, and as you guys can see, the nail is not translucent anymore. So 4 coats did it justice. So now we are about to use our peach liner to do our French tips so we can create our design.
Okay, so now we are about to do our French tip. And if you guys have seen my nail tutorials before, I have a certain method that I use when I do my French tips. I normally take a little bit of the gel polish and I go up one side like this, and I go up the other side like that. And this is just to create a guide to how far I want my French tip to go up. And then I normally draw a little line here depending on if I'm doing a U-shaped French tip. But if I'm doing a diamond shaped French tip, I just go straight in. But today we're doing a U shape. So I'm going to draw a small line right in the center of this nail. And then I'm going to draw a little T topper there. So this is to help me connect my French tip. And as you guys can see, that is truly just an outline of it. But we are going to fill this in. But what I'm going to do while I have it like this is I'm just going to go over it to make sure that all the lines are where they need to be, that the design is on point before I actually fill my nail in with color, okay? So we are just going over that line, kind of like that guide we just made to make sure that everything is where it needs to be, which it is. So now I think that we are able to start filling in this French tip, okay? So that's going to do a little bit more cleaning up along that tip there. So this is ready to be filled in. So all we're going to do is just grab some gel polish, and we're going to go on in like this and just fill it in. Fill it right on in. As you guys can see, we're going to fill this in, and then we're going to cure it for like 30 seconds.
I want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you like this content. Like the video and share the video. Enjoy.
So here's our first French tip we have made. We're going to cure this, and then we're going to finish the remaining set, and then we're going to come back and put in our hearts. Here we have our finished paint job for our French tips. We created this with our pink gel liner here. So this is our pink gel liner that we used to create this design. Now we are going to go in with our red, striking red, to create our Valentine's Day pattern on our nails. So yes. So the first thing that we're going to do when creating our heart French tip, we are going to use our small end of our dotting tool. We're going to pick up some gel polish, and we're just going to do 3 dots in a triangle form on the nail, like this here, as you guys can see my 3 dots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 9mm art brush. I'm going to put a little red on the tip just to give it that flow. And all I'm doing is going to connect these dots. As you guys can see, that's 1, that's 2. And basically what you're doing is you're creating your heart. I'm going to go over this a little bit because I want to make sure that it's given the shape of a heart. So we got that side down, and then we connect that side. And there is our heart. I'm going to go over this just a bit more because my hands had gotten a little bit shaky. I just want to make sure that this is a fine created heart, okay? Ain't no wrong with perfecting it. Making it a little bit more juicier, as you guys say. Boom. So we have our heart. We did a 3-dot method, and then we used our 9mm brush to connect those dots together. So now that we have our heart, we are going to go in and create our dots. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to go in and use our dotting tool, and that's basically it. So the first dot is always going to be bigger, and then when you go further and further, it gets smaller because you're losing more gel polish on the nail, if you guys can see. So we're going to do the same exact thing here, and then that'll be our design, okay? So here is our design, as you guys can see. So we are going to finish our set and just wait for the finishing look.
Here is our complete set. Now that that's finished, we are going to top it off with some clear, no white top coat and cure it for 45 seconds.
So here is our finished set that we have recreated. As you guys can see, this set will be offered on my Etsy account. So you can go and purchase it. And let's just do a recap. So we used our Striking Red DND polish for our hearts. We used our Peach French tip gel polish for the tips. We used our Sunset Suede DND polish for our base, which gave us our nude base. And then we used medium shaped tips, coffin shape. So please, if you like the content that is being shown, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my page, share this video and content with your friends and family, and follow. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.